Broke your stand-up box office record.
What record did he break?
He said he broke some record of your box office sales for stand-up.
I don't know. Where did he break?
Kevin Hart is afraid. We know this because Eddie Murphy said so. When a famous comedian like Eddie Murphy says something like that, everyone pays attention.
Listen.
10 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club.
Eddie Murphy's comments about Kevin Hart and Katt Williams were a big deal. He said Kevin isn't scared of a fight or jokes. He is scared of what Katt stands for. In comedy, there are different kinds of people. Some are business people, some are performers, and some always tell the hard truth. Katt Williams is the one who tells the truth, and he doesn't let Hollywood tell him what to do.
Are we ever gonna see you on stage again doing stand-up?
I'm gonna do it again because I got to break Kevin's new record. I got to get back on the stage because this new record that Kevin got, I got to have it back.
In your stuff on social media, boy, I know what you do, but you do it for play.
Eddie Murphy explained it clearly. Some comedians are supported by the big studios. Others are successful all on their own. The people who need the system are scared of the people who don't. Kevin Hart needs the system. Katt Williams has his freedom. That is the problem.
Truth.
I got a show at your hometown in Philly. I'm gonna take my special there. On that stage, we can put whatever you want. A full court basketball court, a boxing ring.
This issue is not new. It connects all the way back to older comedians like Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor.
Heard of a comedian that came to LA, and in his first year in LA, he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? No, we've never heard of that before that person or since that person. What do you think a plant is?
In those days, just being funny was not enough. You had to be brave.
Fearless.
Do you think a plant is? Maybe people don't understand the definitions of these words.
You had to talk honestly about important topics like race and money. Eddie Murphy did that. Richard Pryor did that. And Katt Williams does that today. But Kevin Hart chose a different path. He decided to be safe and work with the big companies. He became the comedian that Hollywood loves. And Eddie Murphy saw this happen.
Yeah, we want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did it. No, I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't.
Hey, Kev, when you hosted for Diddy, did you catch any baby oil? When I hosted for Diddy? Yeah. Nah. You asking the wrong person the wrong question.
Eddie said in an interview that it isn't about who is more famous. It is about who is free. One man has the fame, but the other man has his own soul. Fans understood exactly who he was talking about. The famous man is Kevin Hart. The man with his soul is Katt Williams.
You that there's no gatekeepers, but we keep seeing the same people open the gate. Didn't Kevin open the gate and let Tiffany in? Ain't he now opening it up for...
Kevin Hart has built a huge business. He has movies, deals, and sold-out tours. He is the picture of success. But that success has a cost. Katt Williams does not have to pay that cost.
Already had his deals when he got here. Have we heard of a comedian that came to LA, and in his first year in LA, he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? 10 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club.
Katt doesn't need a movie studio. He doesn't need anyone's permission to speak. That is the difference Eddie Murphy was talking about. And that is what scares Kevin Hart the most. You cannot compete with a person who is truly free. Eddie understands this feeling. He was once the biggest star in Hollywood. Then he left it all for years and only came back when he wanted to.
Ever been the humble guy? I have time to not be humble today. I have time to fact check everything he said because the world of Katt Williams is a fictional world.
I was actually one of those comedians that said, nah, I wouldn't wear a dress. There's no way.
Dave Chappelle and I said that they tried to make him wear a dress.
You have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross. I know what they are. You gotta know that you're a brand. You need to protect your brand at all times.
And then when proposed with the opportunity of what I felt was funny, nobody made Martin put on a dress and nobody made Tyler Perry. It was a choice.
So when Eddie sees Kevin on the same path, but without the power to leave, he sees the trap. Eddie said, You can't be scared of the man. Are you scared of what he exposes? This was powerful because Katt Williams has been talking about Hollywood's secrets for years. He talks about deals and fake friends. These are things Kevin Hart never talks about, and maybe cannot talk about. This tension started a long time ago. In the late 2000s, both were becoming popular. Kevin was the hard worker everyone liked. Katt was the comedian who told deep truths from his life. They performed together and respected each other. But as Kevin became more famous, Katt saw things change. Movie roles that were offered to Katt started going to Kevin. TV interviews Katt said no to became big opportunities for Kevin.
Script goofball.
Right.
Or do you think that was already a script and they handed it?
Yeah. The water was deeper though.
Came up, flame was gone. At that time, I was in panic. I had asthma. It was a difficult situation.
Katt noticed this pattern. In a famous clip, he said, "They want safe, not truth, so they pick him." People thought he was just jealous. But years later, Eddie Murphy said something similar. He said Hollywood doesn't pick you for being real. It picks you for being reliable. That's the main issue. Kevin is reliable. He follows the plan and makes money. Katt is unpredictable. He might say something that reveals too much. That's why Kevin is scared. He can't beat Katt with branding or marketing. Eddie once said the people in charge fear those they can't control. That's what's happening. Katt isn't in the system, so the system fears him. And Kevin, who is part of the system, has to fear him too. Their comedy styles are very different. Kevin's comedy is fun and safe. He talks about his family and his life. Katt's comedy is raw. He talks about serious topics like race and power. He makes you think while you laugh. Fancy that Kevin gets quiet when Katt's name comes up. He never responds to Katt's interviews. Eddie said that when you aren't ready to face the truth, you go quiet. That's what Kevin does. Meanwhile, Katt keeps speaking out. His big interview earlier this year got everyone talking. Kevin stayed silent. Eddie's words hit hard because he confirmed what fans already thought. Kevin's silence isn't confidence, it's caution. It's fear. Eddie explained it well. He said when a man builds a house of money, he can't handle a truth that could burn it down. Kevin has a huge brand to protect. Katt is the opposite of that brand. He is raw and uncontrollable. Eddie also talked about legacy. He said the real currency in comedy is respect, not money. And that's where Katt wins. The people respect him. Kevin has box office success, but less of that street respect. Behind the scenes, Hollywood sees Katt as a wild card. They call him unpredictable. With Kevin, they know exactly what they will get. Eddie said they call you crazy when they can't control you, but legendary when you're gone. Katt is in that crazy phase now. Fans online often ask Kevin why he never responds to Katt. He just keeps posting about his workouts and his family. But his silence only makes the pressure build. In the end, Eddie respects both comedians. He said Kevin is a hard worker and Katt is deeply honest. He said the one who learns from the other will be unstoppable. This isn't just a feud. It's a lesson about success. You can play the game like Kevin and win everything. Or you can break the game like Katt and keep your soul. Eddie, who has seen both sides, knows which choice lasts. The future will likely see Kevin keep winning on paper with more movies and deals. But the more Katt speaks, the more people will question the price of that success. Katt has chosen truth over fame. Eddie's interview just showed the world that Kevin isn't scared of Katt the man. He's scared of what Katt represents, the part of himself he had to give up to become a star.